Good evening, everybody. As you know, almost 5 years ago, in fact, it'll be 6 years this coming spring, the APOA sued the city of Albuquerque over a breach of contract for its failure to recognize the third year of a contract that had been negotiated and finalized in June of 2008. As you recall, most people gave us no chance in being successful in that. Most people thought that we would not be able to convince the courts that the city didn't have a right to refuse to pay contract wages that you had negotiated in good faith in 2008. But the Court of Appeals in 2013 issued an opinion that it believed that the city had violated its own rules and regulations, specifically the LMRO, Section 3-2-18, that called for multiple year contracts, the approval of such contracts, and that when those contracts were approved by the City Council upon the submission of what they call an executive communication from the mayor, that the approval of the contract and the length of the contract all steps into one place. The importance of that is now, some 5 years, almost 6 years later, is that we have been able to negotiate a resolution to the lawsuit. That resolution to the lawsuit is a lump sum payment by the city, which Mr. Broom has already referred to in his presentation, of $5 million. The $5 million is for a period of 1 year. And let me explain, because it appears that there is a question or a continuing ongoing thought about multiple year recovery. It is only a 1 year recovery because of the following. If you read the Court of Appeals decision and you read the LMRO, and by the way, the Supreme Court has upheld this decision not only in this case but also the firefighters case, so the city lost both of them. What the court said is that when the City Council, with the concurrence of the mayor, negotiated and approved a 3-year contract, this court was, after reviewing that and then looking at the LMRO, took the position, and that position still stands today, that that was not only the availability of money, but it was also the appropriation of money. Under state law, you must have both. You must have an act appropriating money and the available monies to appropriate. The court has said that in June of 2008, the City Council approved a 3-year contract, and as far as it's concerned, the money to pay the third year, which is at issue here, 2010-11, is what they failed to do. The money had already been appropriated, and the court said that argument is over. And that's what the city stood on, was that they did not appropriate the money. Well, because of that ruling and the court's determination that there had been an appropriation, we were successful in negotiating a resolution of the breach of contract case because it is the third year they failed to pay you. Please keep in mind that's for your wages 2010 to 2011. The city, after that time frame, never appropriated anywhere near the amount of money that would be sufficient to cover that wage increase. The amounts were down to the 26, I believe, 84, 85 figure. So they never appropriated that money, and you cannot force a city to appropriate money which it does not choose to appropriate. That's why it's a 1-year recovery period. It's based on the court's interpretation of the LMRO and the state law on availability of money and appropriation. We put on a presentation here at the APOA several months ago where Mr. Broom estimated that the total package was somewhere between $7.3 million and the high end of $7.4 million. That's what total recovery of this case would be. In the 2014 contract that was negotiated, where you recovered some of the monies that you had not gotten paid, the APOA agreed to give the city a credit of $2.8 million off any award that would be given by the court to the APOA for this breach. So what that means in effect is, let's just round numbers because I'm bad with math. If the total award in the case was really worth $8 million, and the judge were to find that, you have to give them a credit back per the last contract you negotiated of $2.8 million. So in other words, you're already down to 5.2. We estimated that high mark, it would be 7.4, maybe 7.5. So really, if the credit is there, and that's the high point we could prove to the judge, you're below 5 million. That's why the 5 million lump sum figure we believed was appropriate in a way to settle this case. We have that now pending. It'll be presented to the membership for a vote. Not only the lump sum, which would be paid, please keep in mind, only to those officers working in the 2010-2011 time period. If you worked a full year, you would get a full share. If you only work part of the year, you would only get a pro rata share of that time worked. That money will be, if it's approved by the membership, will be held until we can figure out who pays what tax liability is owed on that money. And then once that's figured, a distribution can be made to those officers working in that time frame. If you were not working in the 2010-2011 time frame, you are not getting a share of this money. It's only for the 1 year. And I hope that gives a clear explanation of why we settled the way we did and why we thought that was a good figure, because that also takes into account not having to spend an estimated $150,000 to take this case to trial, with expert witnesses and all the testimony that would have had to have come out. Thank you.